last week there was some excitement about we're told there was this release from the Ghana Airports Company Limited. Ghana Airports collaborates with Ethiopian Airlines for direct flights from London Gatwick to Kumasi Prempeh, the first international airport. And says the Ghana Airports Company Limited, in collaboration with Ethiopian Airlines, will operate. And please listen carefully, and you can read it with us too. Will operate direct flights from London Gatwick Airport to Kumasi Prempeh, the first international airport, starting December 3, 2024. That's today. The flight schedule is as follows. Departure, London Gatwick, 2:10 a.m. Arrival, Kumasi Prempeh International Airport, 9:05 a.m. Then departure, Kumasi Prempeh, the first international airport, 11 a.m. that same day. And arrival, London Gatwick, 6 p.m. And they say the next flight is scheduled for 15th December 2024 to accommodate the Christmas holidays. Subsequent flight schedules will be published in the coming weeks. So this was dated the 28th of November 2024, and there was a lot of commentary around this. But yesterday, the Ghana Airports Company issued another press statement. It says, Ghana Airports collaborate with Ethiopian Airlines for special direct flights from London Gatwick to Kumasi Prempeh, the first international airport. It says the Ghana Airports Company Limited wishes to inform the general public that as a result of the short notice given for the special flight from London Gatwick to Kumasi Prempeh, the first international airport, the previously announced flight, slated for Tuesday, December 3, 2024, will now arrive at Kumasi Prempeh, the first international airport, later this week. The second flight, scheduled for the 15th of December 2024, remains unchanged. So the later this week, there's no date, there's no time, there's no schedule. We do not know. Richard, I'm sorry, but you are the businessman here.
Yeah, I think, because I operate in that space.
You operate in that space too. Now, help me. I will normally see airlines announce routes, especially new routes or resumption of flights and all that. In this case, the Ghana Airports Company is the one that announced this. And then they talk about a first flight, give us a date, and then talk about a second flight, which is like 2 weeks away. And then today was supposed to be that flight, in fact, 2:30 a.m. Then yesterday, they sent this one again. So it is not the airline actually speaking to us, it's the Airport Company Limited, which really manages and runs the airport and all that. But what do you make of all this? What's this? And I'm sure you've read all the commentary about this. Yeah. Is it a chartered flight? Is it Ethiopian themselves who have announced a new route? What is it?
I think, airlines are in business to make profits. And they always look at profitable routes where there are a lot of passengers. And then they also work with various institutions, including ticketing organizations. And before some of these arrangements are done, a lot of things are factored into the equation, including making sure those kind of needs of the aircraft are met at the new route that they are embarking on. Initially, when I heard the announcement, my team reached out to Ethiopian Airways to understand what exactly was going on, because obviously they would be interested in selling our ticket to institutions and also individuals who are interested in traveling and all of that. And they responded positively that yes, this is a new thing that they are trying to do. And beyond that,
what did they tell you? Did they tell you that is a new route that they are going to?
They are assessing it. They are assessing that route.
They are assessing it.
I mean, they are giving it a try. It's a trial route, because sometimes you want to make sure that you will get passengers who are interested in that route, and when you go, you will get a return.
Well, so what's the role of the Ghana Airport Company in this thing?
I mean, if you are doing a collaborative,
you know why I said that? Because, for example, if Ethiopian
and collaborative flights are done.
If Ethiopian, because I'm saying you operate in that area. If Ethiopian is looking at a new route and they want to start flights there, they will announce. Sometimes they even announce it months earlier.
Months ahead.
I've said that what we have seen is unusual, is whatever. But what is it? I mean, what is it? Is it the Ghana Airports Company that is getting Ethiopian to do a charter to try the route, or what? What is it?
I mean, from the conversation with Ethiopia, they did not give me anything suggesting that somebody's chartering. It's a route they are assessing to see how to go. And they are using this moment, if it goes well, it will become a permanent routine. But what they said, I remember, was that beyond the first flight, which is coming from Gatwick Street and terminating at Prempeh, the first at Kumasi, the other ones will not go through the same arrangement. Perhaps we are going to look at taking a decoy at Ethiopia, Addis, before coming through too. But this one is like a straight flight.
Is it a chartered flight?
They've not given me that indication. But you have to prepare yourself, because the time given for even the ticketing organizations to sell those tickets.
But who gave that time? Because that's why I said that
reach out
in the airline industry, they don't take such rash decisions. No airline will take a decision that I'm going to operate a flight 28th of November. I am doing the first flight on the 3rd of December. No airline does that.
In this business, sometimes the airlines will do their own groundwork and come to certain conclusions. There are moments where suggestions will be made to them, and they will look at the feasibility.
So how come it's not Ethiopian which is announcing that this is what we are doing?
Remember when the first announcement came, beyond the fact that they reached out to ticketing organizations and alerted them of the fact that this is going to happen going into the future, I heard them on platform speaking.
Who?
On radio. The team from Ethiopia.
Yeah, but Ethiopian has not issued an official release on this route, because you are in this industry. Anytime Ethiopia is commissioning a new route, or is going to do a new route, or is resuming flights on a route, they announce it, and there's a way they do it. How come this is different?
I mean, institutions have ways of changing their strategy as and when they do.
And the cancellation is also not done by them. And even with this new one, we are told that later in the week. The later in the week doesn't have a date, it doesn't have a time. Is that how
I'm sure.
So if you're selling tickets to people,
you should be able to know when the flight is available.
Yeah. Are you going to tell your client later in the week?
You do not. I hope you're getting me. Yeah. You do not have. You have
so
to
what's
have,
going on?
You have to
help me with that. What's going on? What's happening?
I think that Ethiopian Airways and Ghana Airport will be in a better position to provide those information. Okay. But as I sit here, my understanding of the situation is that if the flight is not coming through today, and they're talking about later, because what happens with flights is that the airline can cancel a route even the same day when even passengers are ready as a result of one reason or the other. And they can reschedule it within hours or even a day or two. So it is possible that if you check the system, if those flights are available, they might have given an indicative date for people to buy those tickets. But the point is that I think that for a better explanation to this whole saga, you would need Ghana Airports and the Ethiopian Airways giving us a more detailed information as to what exactly is going on.
Okay. Sam.
Randy, another scam from this government.
Why do you call it a scam?
Andy.
Flights are cancelled all the time.
All the time.
Andy, Ethiopian Airlines is not the one that is trying to run any route like Richard is sitting here and trying to convince you. He's trying to sell us a load of tosh. To tell us that Ethiopian is the one assessing a direct flight from London, Gatwick to Kumasi, Prempeh the first, and then call a spade a spade. They simply wanted to do campaign.
No, he operates in that sector.
I know.
And he says that his checks suggest that the first one, that third flight, was going to fly from Gatwick to Kumasi. However, the subsequent flight was going to be through Addis. So Gatwick, Addis, Accra, then from Accra to Kumasi. Because some people said they checked and then you do Addis to Accra, and then hour will take you from Accra to Kumasi.
Andy, that's what I'm saying, that the first flight that was supposed to be scheduled for today was simply a PR gimmick that they were going to use.
In fact, they were
to
supposed
help
to have
Bawumia
landed an hour
ago.
An hour and 20 minutes ago, yeah.
Yes. It was supposed to be a PR gimmick for Mahmoud Bawumia.
How? What does this got to
Randy,
do with it?
Randy.
What has this got to do with
Randy,
Bawumia?
they want to say, listen, there's this backstory to Tamale Airport, Kumasi Airport. And I say this with deep knowledge. You say you are in that space. You know, I also do a business.
No, he says.
Yes, and I'm saying, you say he is. He is. I do a business that works with engineering firms. I worked extensively on the Tamale project and the Kumasi project, phase 1 and phase 2. But when this government came, then they asked the contractors to terminate our contract. That's a different story. But the whole story about Prempeh the First is to try and paint a picture that Bawumia and Akufo-Addo have built an international airport when that airport was built by John Mahama, funds secured by John Mahama. Now, what they want to do is, John Mahama was able to get flights from Tamale to Jeddah and to Medina.
Those are chartered flights.
Absolutely.
Chartered flights, you
Yes.
can do them
But you
anywhere.
see, Randy, that is the honesty of John Mahama. I'm chartering a flight.
I mean, chartered flights travel from Kumasi to anywhere in the world. It's always been the case. Since the
Randy, if you
since
give me
the
like
runway
2
was
minutes.
extended,
Yeah,
it was-
If you
They've been
just,
doing that
Randy, if you
all
just
the
give me
time.
2 minutes.
please.
John Mahama got the Ghanaian public to board a plane for an international flight. We never said there's a direct flight from Tamale International. But when it comes to the scam that
And
has
it
been
had nothing to do with the airport company.
absolutely nothing. When it comes to the scam that is being perpetrated on Ghanaians today, and that is MPP,
If
it's a
an airline
scam.
cancels
Oh,
flights.
wait. It's a scam like you promise Ghanaian children a bar of chocolate every day.
Sam,
It's a scam like you promise. It's a scam like.
Sam, let's focus
a
on.
mirage of things.
Randy, it's unfair when he was
It's okay.
talking. I was quiet. Let me build my point. No,
Sam,
Randy,
we
I
don't
am
have much
building a
time,
point.
so let's
Yes.
just focus.
So the interjections are
If you
affecting
say
my
it's a
flow.
scam, just prove it. Just go
No,
on.
yeah, I'm giving you the antecedents of this government with scams.
No, just
one constituency.
we don't have much time, so just stick
You see,
to
all
the
of this
issue
time I would
first.
have finished though.
No, just stick to this one.
One constituency, $1 million scam. One village, one dam scam. No, no community in Ghana would have problem with water and toilet scam. Look, it is that kind of scam that has led us to this one where the Ghana Airport Company is forced to issue a statement saying that there's going to be a direct flight and paints the
But they
picture.
led the conversation. So obviously, if same is not happening, they need to
Let's
come
go.
back.
And paint a picture to the world that, now you finished an airport and you can fly out. Randy, like you said, people have been flying their private jets out of the place to wherever. Because as far back as 2016, Otunfo said to the second, that's Santihini, before even the phase 2 started, flew from Johannesburg to Kumasi directly.
Yeah, I mean, even Can 2008.
Exactly.
Egypt flew directly.
And I'm saying, but even the Can 2008, Egypt's flight,
That's no
there
news.
was a challenge
Yes.
because of the length of the runway.
True. That was what
So,
made the
so we then needed,
created
under
a
President Mahama, there was a huge problem with it because most flights needed a longer runway. And President Mahama worked on the longer runway. And again, in Kumasi, we had flights under President Kufuor, honestly going, Asumabana Atrak, they were flying to Kumasi, but they couldn't fly to Kumasi after 5 p.m. because there were no navigation lights. President Mahama is the one who extended the runway for international to be able to take us up to a 747, a 747-300, installed navigation lights. And so Otunfo was the first person to fly from Johannesburg in 2016. It was that flight that when he arrived, he held a cocktail where President Mahama went and they danced to the Daddy Lumba song, Yenzovia. You understand me? He arrived late in the night. So the fact that you want to paint a picture of something, and that's why you see, I told you that the stars and their courses and Cicera are fighting your government. You've gone to charter a plane to paint a picture that you have a flight.
So I don't know if you guys
And now
if you guys
Apaska.
know about Sean Mendes.
Yes.
He's an aviation
Yes.
expert, and
Yes.
he's spoken on this issue, and he actually says that there is indeed a charter flight from London Gatwick to Kumasi Airport, but it's not. He spoke about this 2 days ago, but it's not a regular commercial service.
Yes.
And Sean Mendes says this flight is a one-off charter operation by Ethiopian Airlines. The flight schedule shows that it departs from London Gatwick at 2:10 a.m. and arrives at Kumasi Prempeh, the first international airport, at 9:05 a.m. The return flight leaves Kumasi at 11 a.m. and arrives back in London at 6 p.m. It's worth noting that the Ghana Airports Company Limited had announced this flight as a new direct service. But Mendes clarified that it's actually a charter flight, not a commercial one.
Exactly. Because, Randy, this is similar to Emirates. When we were celebrating the purchase of the double deckers, they had a Ghanaian pilot. They did one flight.
Yeah, with that.
Flew into Accra Street.
It's done. Commemorative flights.
You do those commemorative flights. So for the airport company, that's where the scam part comes in. To try and paint a picture that
the charter flight then means that
the state is paying.
Ethiopian is charging you.
It's charging you, exactly.
Whether you're able to fill the flight or
it's not their business.
In and out, they've collected their money.
They've done it. And that's what I'm saying.
So
somebody's just doing
that probably
this.
explains the
cancellation because
that then explains the involvement of Ghana Airports Company.
Because government is paying for it.
Somebody must pick the bill.
Yes. But
so it's not Ethiopian. Ethiopian will charge you.
Yes.
You pay them. Whether you fill the flight and make your money or not, that's your business.
So it means the airport company must let us know how much are they paying for that chartered flight.